Maybe it'll be faster to load the YouTube link with it now being updated.
Probably not.
Oh no. All right, let's send these to the appropriate sources. All right, friends, hello and welcome to the next Tribal Council of Distortion Survivor Cursed Legacies. And we have to mourn for just a second, guys, because this is the last tribal with my favorite thing in the whole entire world. I don't know. The entity has not done a lot of great things this season, but they did create the, oh God, I'm gonna have to learn how to screen share. Where's the screen share button? Okay. Oh, I found it. Okay. It's under host tools now. Great. Okay. Can everyone see my wheel? Loading, loading, loading. All right. Last time I'm going to ask, is there any, if anyone has any wheel advantages, now would be the time to play them. 3, 2, 1.
I'd like to play the advantage where it changes hooked to John wins $50.
Oh, well, I don't know which prod member put
Aha!
that on the board,
Aha!
but
Aha!
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
which prod member put that on the board.
Benji promised me that one, but
Oh, Benji did.
Why couldn't
Okay.
I find that idol?
Aha,
Ben
hell.
Benji's asking me to buy a distortion buff. If Benji had $50, they would have paid for it
And still
themselves.
do. And still do.
All right. Anyone else? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. As usual, we're going to go in alphabetical order. So first off is Aaron. So close, Aaron, but unfortunately, you are still hooked. You are still here at Tribal Council. Next up is Cassie. That arrow is almost. Oh, oh no. Okay. Now, unfortunately, Cassie, you are still here at Tribal Council. You are still hooked. Next up, we move to Fred. All right. It looks like, unfortunately, Fred, you are still here at Tribal Council. You are still hooked. Next up, we move to Issa. All right, Issa, unfortunately, you are still here at Tribal Council. You are still hooked. Next up is John. All right, John, unfortunately, you are still hooked. You are still here at Tribal Council. Matthew. All right, very close, but unfortunately, Kathy, you are still hooked. You still are at Tribal Council. Next up is Noah. All right, unfortunately, it looks like Noah is still hooked. Noah is still at Tribal Council. Last but not least is X. All right, unfortunately, X, you are still hooked. You are still here at Tribal Council. It seems the entity loves you all enough to spare you all on the last wheel spin of the season. Handing it over to Grace.
How are we doing?
shrugging, a little thumbs up. Issa shaking, and X saying no. Okay. So, speaking, I am gonna go to since Noah, our immunity winner, is not here. I will be going to Issa. So, Issa, what was the challenge that y'all had to do this round, and how do you feel after coming up so close to being able to get that immunity win?
So basically the challenge, sorry, I'm like really tired by the way. Um, so basically we had to sit through a description of this character called the Nobody. Had to listen to it in full and then to the best of your ability, like recreate it on the floor, on the table, on the whatever, getting creative. And every time you wanted to listen to the instructions again, you had to sit down and listen to the whole round of instructions again. And I had a lot of fun with it. I really, really enjoyed it. Getting in second, did it piss me off? Yes. Um, did it piss me off getting second in 2 immunity challenges in a row? Yes. Um, but I genuinely like some of it was kind of hard to figure out, and I think Noah kind of ate that. I don't think it affects my game too much by getting second, thankfully, but you truly never know.
So next, I'm gonna go reverse today. I'm gonna go to John. So John, you guys, this is your first tribal council coming from. Not only did we do a little something different with our live night this season, but it was something that we've never done before in the double earn vote twist. How do you feel that specific live night has impacted this tribe?
Oh, it definitely shed a lot of light as to where everything was. There was a whole entire just nice saw breathing period right afterwards because it was a lot to take in. A whole lot of rules to just understand too at the time. So my brain was just on shutdown mode after even just hearing about all of the different rules of if you voted this, the ties could happen here, but then you might not gonna be able to vote with this and such and such. So at 10 o'clock on a Saturday, I was more ready for Piano Man than trying to listen to the rules of that. But as to where we are now, I think everybody is ready for the home stretch. I mean, we are at final eight right now. We are told on Saturday it's the final three, so we have tonight and then four more people will have to leave the game, and then it's finale. So I mean, it's really who do you want to be sitting with at the end, and how do you get there?
Okay, so next I'm gonna go to Fred. So John brings up the finals that we did announce that this season was a final three. So you would be competing against two people at the end of this game. Do you feel that shifts on where to focus on each of your votes moving forward?
I mean, yeah, knowing when this game is going to be at its finale and when we're no longer going to be able to vote each other out plays a huge factor in the strategy of this game. I think no matter what, we could say we're not thinking about the end game, but you'd be lying if you're saying that. Everyone is thinking about end game right now. Everyone is thinking about how to give themselves the best chance to get to the end and how to make their own case and how to best exemplify themselves in the end. So announcing that it's a final three is huge when it comes to the strategy, whether anyone wants to admit that or not.
So next I am gonna go to Aaron. So Aaron, last round, another thing that we did see at this live night was not only a wheel advantage being used, but we also did see a idol come out, and it was a successful play as it nullified the majority of the votes. How much impact do you feel advantages have on the game moving forward?
Well, at this point in the game, it's the point where nobody knows what is going to be an advantage or what's going to be a disadvantage. Um, at this point now, with such a short amount of people left, you pretty much know what everybody has, whether that's one person shares it with everybody. I mean, believe it or not, these virtual walls have ears. So if you were to say to like one person like a advantage you have, chances are within like the next couple hours everybody's going to know what you got. And I just about spilled water all over me. Sorry, like I had like a heart attack for a second there. I lost my train of thought. I guess I'll just stop there because I don't know what else I was talking about.
So next I am gonna go to Cassie. So Cassie, sadly and unfortunately, this tribal is going to be mourning the last time we turn the wheel on who gets hooked and who escapes. Do you feel that now with the wheel going away, do you feel that's going to change up the strategy moving forward?
I mean, honestly, not a ton, just because I think we've all kind of, for the most part, I feel like we've all kind of made our plans and hoped for the best and hoped that the wheel wouldn't screw us over. And I mean, obviously that's happened once or twice, but for the most part, like plans have really they've remained largely unchanged by the wheel for the most part. And so I don't think it's going to change a ton. I just think that, you know, you lose out on that opportunity to have that safety without power. So, which never favored me anyway, but still, like it was a nice theory. So, but yeah, I don't think it changes that much, honestly.
So lastly, I'm gonna go to X. I'm gonna ask the same question that I asked a couple times already. In your opinion, for this specific vote, how much do you feel is going to be impacting the rest of this game?
To be honest, I think this vote impacts the rest of the game in a very huge way. I think every round's going to impact the game in a huge way. I think, like Fred said, everyone's thinking about the end game. Everyone's thinking about positioning. Everyone's thinking about who can I trust to work with? Who can I trust in enough of a moment to get myself to that next step? So I think this vote, like the rest of them, are going to play that way, especially this vote being the vote after an insanely crazy live night that none of us expected there to be not one but two urns, an idol play, a failed will advantage. There's still being talk of where the fuck is the merge idol at, talk of another idol being out there. Like I think this vote and every vote's going to play into the round. Like you can truly never know what's going to happen. And much like Cassie said, I think we kind of all just hope our plan's going to fucking work and then go from there. I think that's the best we can do.
So I'm gonna get to the joint question. So if you think you are going to be going home at this tribal council, raise your hand. We got Fred raising his hand up and down. We got John. We got Aaron. We got X. We got everybody wiggling. Okay, so not a lot of confidence here. And if y'all were to compare this round to a horror movie, what would it be and why?
Oh, this would be easy. This is the Blair motherfucking Witch Project. Because we have so many just different things of is it around me? Is it around me? Is it coming to get me? And there's a lot of scared emotion this round. And everybody's just waiting to see if they're gonna get sliced. So I don't know.
Anybody else? No? All right.
Oh, all
Give it to
right.
them.
Well, speaking of getting sliced, it is time to ask if anyone has any pre-vote advantages or anything else they'd like to say. Now would be the time to do so.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask if we wanted cake. Oh, sorry.
Well, it's time to vote, guys. You can go to your prod chats and bump, change, submit your votes. I will be back with them as well. We are live with the VL and with the jurors. So if you want to make any shout outs, that's your choice. But now would be the time to do them. So I will be back with the one urn this time.
I
Yo, I
want to
want to.
shout out. I want to shout out the makers of my anti-anxiety meds because I'm anxious enough on them that like I would probably be a puddle on the floor right now without them. So also shout out to obviously my pod guests, Z and Jordan. You guys are the best. Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of follow up on that. Shout out to melatonin because it's really kicking in for me right now, and I'm about ready to pass out if this doesn't end soon. But shout out to my two prod guests, Caleb, Tyler. Always glad you're here for the journey. Can't ask anything else. Of course, shout out to KP, of course. Love her every single day. And also, super shout out to, I think, this one student that was trying to get brownie points for calling me Superman today because my hairstyle, because this little swap of hair was being dumb. But you know what? I'll take any compliment where I get. I'll take a brown noser any day.
Shout out, as always, to my podcast, Jared. Seeing you during live night was such a treat. Seeing the reaction to that was beautiful. Also, shout out to my friend Sophia, who decided to hang out with me all day and then drive me to my callback and then drive me home because she's home from Orlando this week.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my prod guests, Austin, season 11 winner, and John. They have dealt with me all season, have been truly the best guests I could have ever asked for, and I appreciate them no matter how the rest of this game goes. They have made it a lot of fun in that. So thank you guys for your support. Seriously.
I'll shout out my prod guests, Distortion champions Gigi and Josh. You guys don't chat much, but when you're there, you're there. Also, shout out Distortion alumni Mikey Ruby, because my students decided to bust out some tiny hands today, and that just initially made me think of Mikey Ruby.
I don't know if this is my last tribal, so I am going to do some shout outs here. Shout out to my podcasts, uh, Michael Grossman and Mike Jones. Big shout out to you too. And then shout out to the best woman in the world, Julia Rowe. And am I missing anyone? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think those are the main ones.
John, what's the beverage of the night? Don't they deserve a shout out?
Wait, what? Oh, I'm finishing up the Jim Beam, so.
All right, guys, I had the votes, but first, if anyone has any hidden mini idols or advantages and they'd like to play them, now would be the time to do so. All right, votes are locked. When I read the final vote, that person will have just a couple of seconds to say their goodbyes if they're on the Zoom. Be handled appropriately. First vote. Fred. Second vote. Aaron. Third vote. Cassie. Fourth vote. Aaron. Fifth vote. Fred. Sixth vote. Fred. Seventh vote. And the next person voted out of Distortion Survivor and the sixth member of our jury, Fred. Fred, if you have any final words, now would be the time to say them.
Man, why there are bigger threats? But it's okay. I get it. No hard feelings. There are people that said they wouldn't vote me, so I better expect to see that you did not vote me. Because if you didn't, I will be bitter because there was no reason to lie to me because you knew I had nothing. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Good luck,
Fred, you have been amazing to host this season. I think you defined what inactivity looks like in Distortion Survivor in season 5. I think you went on I think you competed in a matter of one challenge in season 5. But since that time, your gameplay has evolved, and you've been asking us forever. I know I said this about giraffes at Live Night, but there's people like you this season who, deserve that second shot despite going out so early. And we've had such a blast hosting you. It's been such a blast watching you play. As always, though, unfortunately, The tribe has spoken. You may leave the Zoom. And with that, congratulations on making it to the final 7. I will be posting a poll for the live challenge that's coming up. And all I will say is the entity loves you guys. Oh, and you'll need time and space. Okay.
So,
Did we
so
tell them the other
TARDIS,
thing they're gonna need?
Oh, you'll need a piece of paper.
so a TARDIS and a piece of paper. Got it.
What's a TARDIS?
Did I cut out? Okay,
No,
you'll
you
need
actually did it.
you'll need 3, yeah, you'll need 3 things. Time, space, a piece of paper. That's
So
all we will say
TARDIS.
right now.
So
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm
TARDIS is this
dumb. Did you
box.
say
That's
chime or
2Y.
time?
Time,
Time with a T.
Time. Okay.
space,
Time, space, and a piece
paper.
of paper.
Yeah.
That's fine.